Would you like more leads, more sales for your CBD business through a website so you can get more attention, more recurring customers, new customers in through the door, and on autopilot be able to make sales? Hi, this is Michael from Viral Home-Based Pursuits, and in this video, I'm going to show you behind the scenes how to exactly capture highly targeted leads who will want to purchase your CBD products, whichever type that is, come back to you, to your store, to your website, to wherever it is you're sending them to see that product so that they can eventually make a purchasing decision. Okay, but before I get started, if this is the first time you're watching me, I do come out with videos like these on CBD related. I have a lot of other videos on running Facebook ads, doing Google ads, organic traffic, Instagram, you name it. I have a lot of videos on this and on different business models. So I'll leave more videos to that down below in the description. I actually have them all in one, all on like one page really. You can watch them all, get access to them much quicker, much faster, so that way you don't have to go around looking for where all the videos are for different channels and stuff like that. I have it already all set up for you. So I don't want to waste too much time, but I want to just tell you that you should be driving people, right? This traffic from people who may not know you or people who do have some familiarity with who you are into a email list. You want to capture their email so that way you can go ahead and communicate with them again. Right? It's one thing where so many people want to run ads or run traffic directly to an offer, make the sale. And there's times where it's like, yeah, it's a good feeling to have, right? You've probably already done that. Maybe you haven't. But you don't get those wins that you really want, which is, can I get recurring customers or can I get more than one sale? And I'm going to show you how you can continuously get more than one sale from one customer right away, or they can come back to you and purchase whenever they're ready. All right, so in one of my other videos, what I went over, I made a quick website, a WordPress website on a CBD related site. Didn't do too much to it, and I still haven't. That was more to show you, more or less. But what I'm going to get into the share screen here is I'm going to show you an example of a CBD related store through like a WordPress website, right? You have your own hosting, your own domain, where you can send traffic to, right? Most of the time you want to worry about social media, and that's what most people do. But if you focus on like the search engines like Google and YouTube, you can really get that free traffic, and that's how you really start to build your brand long term, by giving value, not always telling people to come buy from you, but giving value in your marketplace. And so let me get into the share screen here. Anxiety removed naturally. That's the site I created. Didn't do too much with it. I kind of just showed in one of my other videos that I'll link down below how to do this with a website. So I more or less went through the basic foundations, not really showed the whole look of it. But this is kind of at the beginning stages of what it will look like. So it's something very simple that can be turned into a store. And I talked about how there are different themes out there that you can use. So you might want to watch that video where I talk about that. So there are different themes, like Theme Forest is a good one to go with if you're going to do a CBD WordPress related site. You have things like Thrive themes you can go with. There are other free and paid themes you can go through with WordPress, but I recommend you do WordPress. Okay, and I talked about the differences between WordPress and Shopify. So that's all in that video I'll link to. And I'll also have, like in a bundle with the other videos, you can also get at once. So really, this is kind of more or less what I want to show you though now is an example of a site that does a great job. And then I'll transition into my health and wellness sites, which we'll kind of go over, and I'll show you how to build something out really quickly. So we go to this site right here, okay? This is a great example. If you're going towards a store type, right? You're going to a store type like WordPress, you can use things with WooCommerce. WooCommerce is a good way to go. If you're going to be using WordPress, there are different integrations with it. I speak about that in the WordPress versus Shopify, and I mentioned WooCommerce in there, so make sure you check that out to get a better idea. But that's what I would go with over even Shopify if I had to compare WooCommerce versus Shopify. And there are many pros and cons. I won't get into it in this video. So what happens is when I land on this site, CBD for the people, yes, I'm giving them a shout out here too, because they did a great job here and they have a great store. So what I wanted to show you was what happens when you land on this page. So the first thing that I get is, let me move this to the left. I was gonna get the, am I over the age of 18? I clicked yes, and then not too long after, a pop-up appears. Now, why is this pop-up important to you? Is that what you're at? That's what you're likely asking, right? So this pop-up here serves as a purpose to collect an email, right? Like I said in the beginning, you should be building your email list. So this is gonna help you collect emails. In exchange, you're gonna give them something for free that's of high value and it's likely sexy, right? You're like, here's this sexy, free, valuable offer, but let me get your email in exchange. So they're making a micro commitment to you when they do that, right? And so it has to be something that appeals to them, right? And so for this example, so save 10% now, sign up for our newsletter and receive a 10% off coupon valid on your next order, right? So what is this? The headline, save 10% now. So that's speaking on somebody saving money, and that's what people would like, is a discount, a coupon of some sort that they can apply to their purchase, whatever that product may be, right? You might have different products in mind, whether you own them or not, can apply to either one of them. But right here, this is a coupon, right? You could have done anything else. You could have offered a free guide, a free checklist, a free PDF, a free mini course, cheat sheets, whatever that may be, like little cheat sheets on how to like fix your pain with CBD that maybe other people don't know, 10 tips, 3 secrets, stuff like that, a free video. You could have offered them anything. It's very common though, if you're gonna have a store type related site, to go with a discount, but it's not the only means. So this is a good way to go though. So what happens here is, I'm gonna put my email. And then I'm gonna press subscribe, okay? And see, I want you to see what happens on the other side of this, okay? So it's processing. Thank you for subscribing. Check your email for your coupon code. Boom. So what happened was, it's kind of like a redirect to a thank you page, but it's just on the same one. So it's, I'm going to show you how you can actually build something out with my Thrive Architect theme builder that I have. But it takes them directly to the thank you page where it tells the reader, thank you for subscribing. Your free coupon, it's on its way to your email inbox. Now, what happens is it doesn't take them to a separate page, which is also a plus, but it also depends on the goal that you have in mind. So you always got to have an end goal in mind. In this case, it keeps them on the home page. I skip this for now, but you'd probably want to press yes when you begin on that. And so after I fill that out, then I can come back here and kind of keep shopping. But another great thing is the message right here, is the chatbot. You want to have something like this integrated, and there are so many out there that I won't even start naming them. You can even just use ManyChat to begin with. That's what I would use if you were just beginning, and then later it evolved. But if you can get to those website chatbots faster, and I'll have some named for you that I've used, Zendesk being one. There's just a whole bunch of them, live chat. So many other ones you can use. They have different customization features and go an extra mile. And so this is something that I recommend you have, right? Questions, ask team FTP here. You can even put a picture of somebody, be like, hi, this is, and it could be you or somebody else helping running your store. How can I help you? You could type something in, or they can press a button like it does here, or a from options and continue going from there. And it could say something like, oh, can I collect your email in the meantime if we disconnect? Boom. And then now you have their email, so you can then market to them. So that's what's very important here. So now let me kind of go back to, I mean, you can go ahead and look through this too. And there's a save percent, 10%. We got that already. But what I want to show you though, I'm going to leave this open. And I won't start on this newer anxiety remove natural. I kind of just came up with a quick name. But you can add, if you're thinking about adding a pop-up like that, you can integrate something like Elementor, which are the landing pages. But you can also use something like Pop-Up Maker, WP is one you can add to add those kind of pop-ups. You can use SumoMe, Thrive Themes, and I have some here that are listed. So Thrive Leads is a good one. I use Thrive Leads a lot of the time right now. So that's a good way to go. It has an ease of use. And we'll kind of work our way back up top right here. Sumo is that other one that I was talking about. I still use that one for one of my sites, and I'll show you how that looks. 3, you have Bloom. You have Trust Plus, and then you have Opt-in Monster. Opt-in Monster seems to be a very popular one. They are mostly paid, so think about that. But there are free ones you can start off with and then move your way in eventually. That's what you want. So now let me show you my site. You see this pop-up right here? So we're on Remove Back Pain, removebackpain.com. This is the first one. If you've been following me for some time, this is the first site that I began with in the health and wellness, helping people with lower back pain. And then I grew that one in one category and then expanded to multiple ones. So CBD became one later on in my journey, as I had already grown the other categories within, like mindfulness, exercising, in other categories as well, natural remedies, etc. And so this is what happens. You come onto this page, you might exit. This might show up as an exit pop-up, or it can show up in the beginning where I go get our best content and coupon codes. Enter your email below to get exclusive offers and the latest news in your inbox. So this is not so much of a store type. I did have it as a store, and I can, the fascinating thing too is that I can make it into a hybrid, right? It doesn't have to be exactly a CBD store, and you can see the name doesn't have CBD in it. In one of my other videos, I talk about this is another hack, another secret where if you don't want to always have CBD in your domain, you don't have to, but you will want to talk about other categories. For example, remove back pain. It's not directly all related to CBD, but I've become known for that over the time. So you can enter your email in here, sort of similar to the other one, right? We're going to kind of compare in a way, but save 10%. I can put a coupon code here, but for this type of format, like a blog, because I have a blog set up, it makes sense to have it for me that way. If I go back into a hybrid, then I can go back into a coupon code setup, kind of like this if I wanted to. So enter their email, right? Kind of show you how that looks a bit. Right, to subscribe, congrats, you're in. You've been added to our list. We'll be in touch. Continue. And then they can go on with reading the content. So that's a great way to integrate a pop-up from the very beginning on your store, your WordPress store, your WordPress store/blog, or just blog. This one's a blog for now. This is mine. I have a lot of CBD articles related to. And then I have a quiz there. Quizzes are very helpful. I think I covered that in a different video where you can use quizzes to segment the traffic you get or really understand your demographics and your psychographics, okay? But another thing too that you can add, and I'm using Thrive Themes here now with this theme builder. I moved into it over time. And so what you can do is create a custom Thrive lead. So we can go down here. Some of these are kind of new. I've been erasing some and adding new. So I get a lot of hits. And you still see a little bit of conversions, fairly new again. Don't expect too much from them. What you can see here is I have the ribbon. So the ribbon is that part you saw up here, this part. And then I have the light box that I created with Thrive Theme. So this can be like an exit intent. Right? It's not showing up at this moment, but what I have here is I came in here and created a pop-up. Displays on exit intent every 1 day. I can put it back to 0 if I wanted to. If I don't want to show the same person it again, they might get annoyed. It's good to start off with maybe 0 in the beginning, but I'm gonna go with 1 there. And it's very simple with Thrive themes. They have the Thrive Architect Builder, which is very integrated, so you can create fast. So you can use their templates that are already done for you, so you don't have to make a mistake or guess about how to do it, or hire somebody or try to figure it out on your own, like what templates to use. You can kind of go with theirs. So let me go ahead and save this one while I can. We're going to go ahead and save this template. That way I can come back to it. And that's another thing too. You can access things very quickly within here, within the side widget. The menus you are allowed to use gives you so much more control over how much you want to customize it, how far do you want to go with it. And it might be slow in the beginning if you're new to this, but over time you're going to figure out what works best. You're going to start split testing, get your split testing capabilities for different pages you want to create. Maybe not so much pop-ups, but so we can put here, you know, let's go ahead and do something like, let's see. All right, some of these are already created for you. Check this out. 50% off, right? Right, something like this. I just came up with it on the spot. I mean, of course, copywriting is a plus. If you know copywriting, go for it. Me, I would spend a lot more time on my own, kind of going through this stuff and making sure it's good with the copywriting that I have now. But you know, take some time, speak out to your audience, make it true, believable. What it is you're offering, you can give them, not just say off 50% and then you're not able to fulfill on that. So they can get the discount here. And if they click there, it can take them to this state where they can put their name and email in, or you can have the simple opt-in box on the, or like the email on the first one, right? You can do that too. And where they purchase here, or they go ahead and give you their email, then you can take them to that thank you page, right? Redirect, right? We can redirect them. This is the amazing part too. When they put their email in here, we can redirect them to a custom URL. So that meaning we can create a page for them that we want to send them to. Or we can do a show success notification, or just switch the state, like in this example I showed you, where we put our email in, right? It'll switch the state to this page, right? So we can add that simply by switching states. So you might want to just begin with that. Or one of the more advanced things I want to show you and how to really take this another level. So you can do the switch state, and I'm going to show you something here. I'm going to add a new state. All right, this one in particular is a 3-step process, but we can make it into the 2-step if we have the email on the same page. something like this CBD oil product. This might seem a little bit more advanced, which it is, but over time, this is going to become very natural. Trust me. I was like this too in the beginning, where I was simply just sending them to a simple thank you page, like we had seen in this one after somebody opted in, and they can keep shopping, which is good too. But then we can also send them to a CBD oil product that they might be interested in. And then this can redirect them to another page. So let me kind of just show you. Sorry, my nose is itching here. So just show me. Right, where they can click this button and it can redirect them to, we can redirect them to an attached page. So we can put the target URL here and they click and go over to this other page we want to show them. And we actually take them to an actual landing page, right, where we can give them an offer on something. So I can just go into Pages in WordPress, create a new. We can do it from here too. And if you're asking if does Thrive Themes have a sales funnels templates, they do. So you can also run this with sales funnels with something like Thrive cards and other integrations that come with it, other payment integrations. That's something if you want to get into, we can talk about. But here, we can redirect them to our actual product if we wanted to. Go back here. Save the draft, and then I can go ahead and edit with Thrive Architect. I know I have a lot of tabs open. Stick with me though. This is how you will increase conversions. This is why it's important to you. Hopefully that's catching along. The whole point is to increase conversions too. You already have their email, so you can continue to let them shop, or you can also send them to a page, which is completely their option if you want. Like we showed you, they can click a button to go or just exit out and continue to shop. Or we can just redirect them to a page that then we can then, go through on a type of product, right? Kind of just puts, it could probably be a video sales page, and I'm using Thrive Architect and the Thrive Themes theme that I paid for to use this. So we can redirect them to this page, right? They click on that button, this button that I showed you, just show me, and they can go to something like this. And you may have a video, it can be a written sales letter if you wish. That can be fine too, that can work too. Why am I showing you sales pages when you can just send them directly back to your store? Well, you want to continue to build relationships with people, right? They gave you one micro commitment, so why not show them more about you? Why have them continue to go through your homepage? They might not even buy. They might just click away, go somewhere else, go to your competitors, continue to watch them and be like, what's the difference between you and them? Until you start emailing, they'll figure out. But why not show them the impact that you can make on them from the beginning? So you might have a headline here that says something like, best CBD oil for anxiety and depression. That might be your audience that you're talking to, right? After you figured out what niche you're going after. That's not for this video. And then I won't mess with this, but we'll leave that as is. And then you can have a video here and we can talk, and I can help you understand how to use video, or you can use a written out part of it, and then have a little call to action button here that takes them to that actual product that you're trying to promote, or you're trying to get them to go and buy, right? See the difference between doing this and then just having them continue to go around your store. They might not know exactly what they want. But this gives them another option on top of just exiting, right? They can have an exit strategy, good if they just want to look and they maybe know where they want to go from maybe the pre-framing, the content that you've already given them, or maybe they don't and they want to click the button and they can go here. You have a video sales letter type format, and then you can go ahead and speak to them, right? Get in video, you build more of a connection with them by getting in front of the camera and then be like, hi, my name is Michael. Would you like to relieve your CBD pain with an anxiety with this type of, you go into that. That's something we can work out with time, but then you have them click the button, you tell them, to get this CBD oil exclusive offer that I'm only offering you for a limited time and we're gonna run out pretty soon. You want to click the button down below. That'll take you over to the product page where I will have this particular category of product where you can go ahead and purchase. Boom. So what we do is we create the hook, which is the headline here. The story sets them up with the video and then the offer. Well, we create the urgency and the scarcity around it, which is always something you want to add, and then the call to action at the bottom. Especially if you're an affiliate marketer too and you're using sales pages. I know I've used it a lot of my time. You can redirect them to another company's sales page and then do that. So bridging the gap is very important. So now let's kind of recap what I went over in the beginning. So we went over how this store had the pop-up and it was a great addition to have, and you want to have that. I know a lot of people who don't. They send them to their shop or they send them to their WordPress sites and it just doesn't capture leads. You want to capture those leads so you can follow up with them, build a relationship up on trust, because people will buy from people. And if you can convey a great message with your branding, with the emotional side of things, which you'll learn. If you want to learn about that, if you want to learn how to use ethical persuasion, I recommend you pick up a free script that I have for you on using stories. And then I also have a free book you can check out that shows you everything about that. I'll link down below in the description. But this is one of many ways. I have many more ways of doing this. This is not the only way. Just stay tuned. There may be more coming out too, but this is just one, right? We started with like the default state. Let me show you. Where it's a 50% off coupon. That's one thing you can do. It can be a free guide. Get 50% off your next purchase of any CBD product. Get this awesome discount now. They click here, or we could have put the email here on just one, and that's it. And then take them to the second. But this particular one will then switch state. Once they click that call to action button, put their email in, boom. What happens after that? Redirect them to a thank you page, and then it can be a quick thank you page like this on the same, so they don't have to go to a separate page, or you can send them to a separate page. They don't even have to see this page. You can send them to a completely separate page. And then they can click down here and then go over to that page kind of that we created over here. It can be the video sales page of you speaking about a product, or it can be written out. I prefer video. And then it builds that relationship up. They'll see you, right? Don't be afraid to get in front of the camera, because at the end of the day, you're here to build a brand. Stop thinking short term. Don't think the short term game. If you want to avoid making years of mistakes, if you want to avoid being having nobody come to your store and actually buy from you, you might get traffic, but you might not get people who buy from you because they don't trust you. If you want to avoid that, if you want to avoid not earning anything, then listen to me, listen to what I'm saying. This will increase your conversions. It'll also set you up for when people are on your email list, you can send them back to these type of pages, to your product pages, and do so much more when you show that you're a real person on the other side. When I help people out, very quickly to conclude, so many people just want to hide behind the screen, want to run Facebook ads. They don't want to know anything else about how to build their actual brand in their CBD business. So with my site, ads remove back pain. I'm not going to save this here. Just kind of wanted to show you an example. And this could be, I could put this here with this pop-up. It can show up right here, the discount. If it were more of if I transition back to the store type, which might be something I go back into again, then that can be it, right? And then I can redirect them. They can exit out, continue going through the store, or they can go to that page, learn more about a particular product or something more you want to give them. But the important thing is that you're capturing the email. You want to capture the lead, right? Don't let them slip away. Don't let them come to the site here, right? They're just going through and they're like, oh, okay, I'm out. And then they don't do a thing, right? They don't take action. You don't know if they're ever going to come back. They might be watching you on Instagram, but that doesn't mean jack, right? You want to capture that email. If you're doing blogs too, have forms in there as well. And you can keep moving from there, okay? If you have any questions on this, comments, or concerns, do leave me a message. Leave me a comment if you're watching this here on YouTube. Let me know. And also let me know, have you tried to add a pop-up to your site/store? Is it working? Is it not? What more do you want to do with it? Because there are so many ways to go with it. We could add a ManyChat chatbot where they can opt in. Now they're on your chatbot sequence. You can message them out, speak to them. That's another great addition. I have that in other videos. I'll leave again. This video will be a part of all the other CBD related videos. Get that? So I'll leave it down below. It'll be like one of the first links where it'll be a set of video series. And it'll give you all of them in one place. And you have to continue coming back here and looking through other places. Okay? So that's everything from me. Again, look again in the description for more information. Okay? Thanks. Bye.